And good afternoon, everybody, and welcome here to Nashville Super Speedway as we're getting set for the Rackley Roofing 200, race number 19 of the PCSRA Coca-Cola Truck Series. Now, if you didn't tune into the AutoZone Amateur Series race I did yesterday, we were originally supposed to have gone to Gateway. The only problem is that Gateway caused a couple of drivers to have some issues as far as the track was concerned, and it caused a bit of a glitching situation. So instead, we ended up moving all four series to the Nashville Super Speedway to make sure there's no glitching issues, and also drivers getting disqualified for something that they did for absolutely no reason. So that was the decision why it was made and why we're here at the Nashville Super Speedway and not Gateway. This is also going to be interesting as you get a look at the point standings heading into today's race. This is also the thing is we've never raced here at Nashville before in any of my PCSRA series. Plus, you throw in the fact this is an elimination race where 3 drivers are going to get eliminated from the championship, whittling our playoff grid down to our significant 7. That's another load of pressure we're going to have. And also, if this morning's AutoZone Amateur Series race was any indication we had today as far as the racing is concerned, we're in for a treat here for 150 laps and 200 miles. One driver really needs a good run to keep his charter for next season. That is Charlie Silver, who starts on the pole. He comes in this race dead last in points of the drivers who have a charter for this season. And he also is one of the 5 drivers in danger of losing his charter. So he's got a lot to play for, and he comes in these last 7 races, which is the playoff races, in a must-win situation to even keep his charter for Kyle Busch Motorsports. Hattie Swore, on the other hand, is a playoff contender. She is alongside. Now, Hattie Swore has been the points leader. She had a good run at Chicagoland. Last time out's race 2 weeks ago at Pocono, she ended up getting an 8th place finish. So theoretically, if she has another good result, she more than likely had solidified herself a spot in the round of 7. She might have done that at Chicagoland, but another good result or a win that could really give her a big advantage over the remaining 6 drivers going into the reformatted playoff points. Shohei Alinsky and Sean Art, 2 drivers just trying to find victory lane. And we'll see how that will go. We'll show you the rest of your starting grid over here to your left. You see a lot of big names. A couple of drivers making their debuts. We'll get to that in just a second. There's the rest. Ruby White, the sister of Brittany White, will be on the making her Truck Series debut. Same with Addison Jones, who starts 22nd. So we'll see how that will go here today. Now let's get these drivers rolling out on the track. Engines have been fired. These drivers, I bet you, are going to be a nervous wreck. Let's go over the playoff grid heading into this elimination race. Hattie Swore is the points leader by 36 points over Mandy Evans. Tico Jumiaka 3rd. April Winters 4th. Samantha Granger 5th. Justin Hugo 6th place rather. Pete Ramirez comes into this race in that critical 7th in the point standings. 6 points behind her is Annie Crenshaw. Victor Gonzalez is 30 points back, and Gretchen Mueller more than likely comes into this race in a must-win situation after Chicagoland and Pocono was not very kind to her. So more than likely, she's going to need to win this race if she would like to advance to the round of 7. But also what she's going to hope and pray for is if drivers above the cut line have trouble, it could also help her get a good result. Here we go, the Rackley Roofing 200. Who is moving on? Who will be eliminated? The elimination race is underway at Nashville. "150 laps of racing." Patrick Combs and Lucy Granger, who had that nice little restroom break and also gotten some food earlier, so that way they're all good to go. They have extra they had an extra 90 laps on these drivers because they ran the AutoZone Amateur Series race. Patrick Combs, unfortunately, was taken out in an accident as drag race to the line. Who led the first lap? Playoff contender Samantha Granger. That's 5 critical bonus points for Granger, who comes in his race 5th in the points, trying to stay above the cut line to make it into the next round. But her sister Lucy got 12th in the AutoZone Amateur Series. Patrick Combs was caught up in a late race accident through no fault of his own, as we had 5 cautions in our AutoZone Amateur Series race this morning. I probably would like Lucy Granger's setup because, you know, she ran a clean 90 laps, even though she did get involved in one incident through no fault of her own. But she learned a lot and got a good result. I like her setup, as Samantha Granger currently leads. Now, let me also remind you, if any of the remaining 9 win this race, they're automatically locked into the next round of the playoffs. So if Granger wins, Samantha Granger that is, she is locked into the next round of the playoffs, regardless where everybody else finishes. Well, let's not forget, only one driver who comes into this race worry-free. This guy right here who's battling Erica Douglas. That's Tico Jumiaka, last week's winner at last time out's winner at Pocono, excuse me. Trucks were off last week, so. But last time out's winner, Tico Jumiaka, he comes into this race worry-free. No, he will be one of the 7 drivers into the next round of the playoffs. So that's where the critical part comes into play. So, yeah. And also, if like I said, the remainder of the playoff contenders go to victory lane, then they would join Tico Jumiaka tied for the points lead going into the reformatted playoff points. Because if a non-playoff driver goes to victory lane, Tico Jumiaka will be the points leader going into the reformatted points for the round of 7. And look who just got herself up in the top 5 early in this race. Lucy Granger. Remember, she has 90 laps over these drivers in the AutoZone Amateur Series, because she ran that race earlier today, finished in 12th, and on the lead lap, so she's been impressive. Team owner Cody Smart has been really impressive with this young lady, and hopefully she can build some things. There's the driver who's in a lot of pressure. That would be Peach Ramirez. As I said, comes into this race in that critical 7th place in the points. Justin Hugo comes in this race 6th in points. 2 drivers need a good run today if they make it the next round. Crash in the back! We got a crash in the back! Caution is out. Now the question is, were any of our playoff drivers involved? Because if they were, this could end their championship hopes. Makara Mirmuez, non-playoff contender. Charlie Silver, who really needed a good run. Looks like a playoff contender, and Annie Crenshaw was involved. Stephanie Driscoll, Jessica Moore, Sean Hart might have got a piece of it. Yellow was out. But one of our playoff contenders might have been involved. That would be Annie Crenshaw. They got to hurry because they're going to get lapped if they don't hurry. Was Crenshaw involved? No, Crenshaw was not involved. But she was at the rear of the field. Oh, they went 4 wide. We saw this in the AutoZone Amateur Series. 4 wide was not a good idea. And the Amirwez's, Azar and Makara sandwiched Ashley Horton. So there was nothing Ashley could have done to avoid that. Boy, and that was right in front of Annie Crenshaw, playoff contender. I thought she was involved. That was not the case. That was a couple of non-playoff contenders. So, looks like all 10 of our playoff contenders escaped the first wreck, as some drivers are trying to get back in line. Billy Kitchens just almost ran the back of Gretchen Mueller as they're trying to get back in line. I think some... Oh, Azar, what were you doing? Azar just ran the back of Prudence Littlejohn for no damn reason. Now she's got damage as a result. Oh, that's not going to please Cody Smart, and Littlejohn's not going to be happy about this. And what happened was these drivers never sped up because the pace truck passed them, and they're trying to get back around to catch up to the rear of the field. Oh, the officials are not going to be happy with Azara Mirmawaz. They're going to ask her to see her in the big red truck. I don't know what on bloody earth that was all about. Looked like these drivers are going to have to hurry. They're going to get lapped as Hattie Swore, playoff contender. Annie Crenshaw and Charlie Silver finally got let go by the pace truck. But I don't know what on bloody earth Azara Mirmawaz was thinking. Just running in the back of poor Prudence Littlejohn, who's just minding her business. Now Littlejohn's got damage as a result. Now she's going to get her... Now her race has been ruined because an idiot can't be goddamn patient enough to get around people. Good grief. I can tell you I don't want to play Prudence Littlejohn's radio communications, and she is livid right now, and I don't blame her for being livid. I would have been livid too. Out of the race, and Azar has taken her truck behind the wall, and she has been ordered to meet with race control in the big red truck, rightfully so. And Makara Mirmawaz is now out of the race, so that's really going to put Makara Mirmawaz right now getting closer to that danger zone of possibly losing her charter. The good news for her is that if any of those drivers who's going to be moving up to the Buffalo Wild Wings series, like Jesse Arden, they can loan that charter to Makara Mirmawaz as we're back to green flag racing. So two non-playoff contenders, and ironically, the Mirmawaz sisters. Last week it was Katsuro and Ebony finishing 1-2. This week it's Azar and Makara finishing next to last and last place. And Littlejohn's got damaged. And Littlejohn's back end of her Penske Trucks Ford F-Series is all beaten up. As Justin Hugo leads a lap. Now that's a playoff contender, I should point out. As Addison Jones making her Truck Series debut in second. And for Jennifer Jo Cobb Racing, that team has really been struggling trying to make races. We look back here. Annie Crenshaw's back here. Of course, this is not what Annie Crenshaw needs. This is also not what Lauren Grubius needs because she's also she's also in that danger zone of losing her charter as Lucky Prescott's roughing up Jessica Moore. Oh, and Ashley Horton just got dumped because some people can't be goddamn patient. Second caution is out, and we can't even get a green flag run going, unlike our AutoZone Amateur Series. And Littlejohn's on pit road to repair her damage, so that's a tough break for Prudence Littlejohn. As Addison Jones is going to lead us back to our second caution of the day. We already saw what happened, but we'll show you the replay in just a second. And that was all because Jessica Moore was not up to speed because she was involved in that wreck. And let's see who ran in the back. Looks like Annika Ritchie just ran in the back of the 57. Also got the 18 of Bridget Thomas involved. Bridget Thomas, who just recently got eliminated from the Monster Energy Series playoffs last week. This is not the way to start her weekend here, as Littlejohn is back out on track after repairing the damage to her Penske deal, and she also just gave the bird to the 40 truck as the leaders will hit pit lane this time. I just don't understand why these drivers just are not being smart enough, you know. I mean, as Hugo won the battle off pit road, by the way. But getting back to my point, I really just don't understand why the lap cars, or why Azar had to run the back of Littlejohn. That will be a penalty indeed, and that could really hurt. And here's the thing, Azar Ramirez does not have a damn win, for goodness sakes. And she was also coming in this race one of the drivers that could be going up to the Buffalo Wild Wings series. Well, with that stupidness that she did to Littlejohn, I seriously doubt she's going to be staying inside the top 20 in points. This could also put her right near that danger zone of losing her charter for next season, so that would be add insult to injury. As it looks like Stephanie Driscoll is on the lead lap. Littlejohn and Jessica Moore are now 1 lap down. We're back to green, and Littlejohn must have jumped that restart. Yeah, Littlejohn passed before the start-finish line. You're not supposed to beat the truck on the outside as far as the deal. That could be a penalty. We'll have to see what the officials will say about that. But, of course, Littlejohn's trying to get back on the lead lap. And we saw this happen in the AutoZone Amateur Series race where she's going to start, where we had a driver, I couldn't think of who it was, that was being an annoying back marker and was called to the AutoZone Amateur Series trailer. I can't think of that driver right now, which, by the way, that driver is still having that meeting in the Amateur Series trailer. Yellow is out. Sean Art's wrecked. Victor Gonzalez, a playoff contender, involved. So that will be one of the playoff contenders, and he came in this race in the danger zone. Caution's out. Our first playoff contender to have troubles is Victor Gonzalez, and he could not ill afford that. Oh, boy. He really did not need to ill afford. And I don't know what Jessica Moore is trying to accomplish here. I mean, she's already caused 2 accidents. I mean, good grief. Just took out a playoff contender, Victor Gonzalez, and Sean Art, who's just trying to salvage his season. I don't know what the hell Jessica Moore's doing. But she's driving like a damn idiot right now as Erica Douglas leads everybody back to pit road. But I don't know what Jessica Moore is thinking, just causing stupid wrecks. I mean, I understand you're having a frustration day, but it's almost like what I saw last week with Crystal Fontaine running inside of Samantha Jones for no damn reason. I understand you're having a frustrating season, but there's no damn excuse for you to just wreck a stupid playoff contender who's just minding his or her business. And Jessica Moore, I don't know what the hell your problem is, but geez, or get parked. My God. Just got this. Driver, crew chief, spotter of the 17. You need to report to the big red truck immediately. What the hell are these drivers doing? Stacking up under pacing. What's going on here? Come on, guys. Guys, what are you doing? Slow down means slow down, not go fast like a damn moron. Oh, what the hell is Lucy Granger doing to Billy Kitchens? Jesus Christ, we already got tempers flared. We're not even 25 laps in this race. What the hell is going on? Good God. What the hell is up with these drivers today? And, okay. I was trying to get back to the arrows. God almighty. What the hell is up with these playoff drivers and non-playoff drivers here? Not sure what was going on between the 8 and the 05. I'm really questioning that. Unless Billy Kitchens did something stupid down there on the grid. I don't know. That'll be a warning for Lucy Granger. Unless she's mad at Billy Kitchens for something that Billy did in the pit lane. Whatever the case, good God. So we're back to green, but good grief. So we already have 2 drivers who are already in trouble with the officials. And Lucy Granger needs to cool her temper down because I don't know why she's mad at the 8 truck unless the 8 truck ran into her pit crew. That would probably why she took her frustration out on the 8 truck. But that's not going to sit well with Nathan Orman. And remember, Lucy Granger is going to be driving for Smart Motorsports next season. So that's not going to make Nathan Orman happy with Cody Smart. Good grief. Those two are not going to be happy with one another. Ooh, contact there with Granger and Mueller. Lucy Granger, that is. Of course, she'll be driving this 15 truck next season because her sister's going to the Buffalo Wild Wings series. There's Sarah Costello. Now remember, Sarah Costello is one of the drivers who comes into this race in the safety zone of getting a spot into the Buffalo Wild Wings series. So if she can stay consistent, even though she has yet to find victory lane here, she would be one of the 10 moving up to the Buffalo Wild Wings series. It's her, Littlejohn, Azar, and Jessica Moore. Here's the insulting part for Jessica Moore. She came in this race in that safety zone. Well, the driver who tried to run her down for that spot, Benny MacArthur, is out of the series. Riley Roblier could get himself into that, and he's leading the damn race, may I remind you. And right behind Riley Roblier, who's having a good run so far, as he's trying to hold off former champion of this series, Ari Springer. Ari Springer's going to have a lot of pressure on her tomorrow in the Buffalo Wild Wings series race as she's trying to get out of the danger zone of not being one of the 4 getting eliminated. She barely made it in the next round in Monster. Even if she gets eliminated tomorrow in the Buffalo Wild Wings series, she still has one more championship to try to go for, and that's the Monster Energy Series title. And remember, this is her championship charter she's using. Because remember, Ari Springer is going to be in the All-Star entry, and she will be using her championship charter. There's Sarah Costello, who's now moved up in the second. We talked about DVR only having 1 entry into the playoffs, and already 2 of their drivers in the Buffalo Wild Wings series, which will be Mueller and Swore. Well, here's the other thing. Hattie Sware's in the danger zone in Monster. And the reason Hattie Swore has not announced any plans for next season, even though she's going to be back with, even though we don't know what she's doing next season, is because she has to win this race in the Monster Energy Series if she wants to stay out of the danger zone. Because here's the thing, if Swore wins in a couple of days' time, that screws any chances of her going to Buffalo Wild Wings series for DVR. And that would open the door for another guy or gal that would take her spot. Because Hattie Swore needs a good run as Sarah Costello is taking the lead. Ashton Ingersoll, 29th in the point standings. Right now, the 5 drivers in the danger zone as far as losing their charters are concerned. Charlie Silver is 1. Patrick Combs is 2. Billy Kitchens is 3. That's another thing Billy Kitchen needs is a good run. Ashley Horn 4. Actually, correction. Ashton Ingersoll comes into this race as the first driver in the danger zone of losing his charter for next season. The gal that he's trying to run down for that last spot is Rita Seeger, and she's 27th. The reason I didn't say Heather Gallant, sorry, is that Heather Gallant is going to be in the Foster Series next season. Even though she's already in Foster's in 2023. So there you go. Also, a driver who really needs a good run, the gal that's in 9th, that would be Lauren Grubius. She needs a good run to stay away from that danger zone of losing her charter. So, yeah, that's why DVR has not announced their Buffalo Wild Wings Series program, even though we already know Gretchen Mueller's going to Buffalo Wild Wings Series. The question is, who's going to be her teammates? Well, we know that Chloe Erickson, who's in the Monster Energy Series, who you will see her in 2 days' time, because we'll have the Buffalo Wild Wings Series race tomorrow. Chloe Erickson, who's had a rough year in Monster, is going down to the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. So that will be a new teammate for Gretchen Mueller, and Gretchen's going to have to learn a lot from Chloe Erickson, because Erickson has experience in Buffalo Wild Wings Series, and why she doesn't have an R next to her name when she's doing non-charter racing. But here's the catch. If Erickson wins, that screws everything up. It changes everything up. But I was told by Erickson, and Erickson told me, Chloe that is, that even if she wins, she's still moving down to the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. So there you go. There's Jessica Moore and Stephanie Driscoll. Here's the other thing for Stephanie Driscoll is that she could also be at risk of losing her charter in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series. She has not been to Victory Lane in Buffalo Wild Wings Series or in this series, so there's a good chance she could lose her charter if she's not careful. And where is she in points for this series? 22nd, and she's barely above the cut line. And that is not what she needs. This could put her down in the amateur series. Oh boy. And that is not a good thing, as there's Anna Leonard, who is making her second start. She made her debut last week. Of course, she is having one of those championship charters she got from Smart Motorsports, so they will keep that charter for next season. Anna Leonard will be back in the Truck Series next season. As what in the world is Lucky Prescott doing at April Winters there? Oh no! Guess who? Jessica Moore getting in the damn way again. Did the 17 cause Oh, that's why. Lucky Prescott apparently is angry at the 17 for some reason, but doesn't realize she took the 38 through the grass. Hopefully the 38 doesn't overheat. There's a lot of grass that got kicked up on the front straightaway. Good grief. Oh, we got a crash. 34's around. That's Ari Springer off the nose of of Sarah Costello. I'm sorry. Oh, she actually, okay, I take that back. She got turned by Jimmy Baker. That's female abuse. And just nowhere for Sarah Costello, to go. So that was on Jimmy Baker who turned her. So that's female abuse for Jimmy Baker, and nothing that the 46 could have done to avoid. Good night. Riley Roblier currently the leader. Tatum Wright, who's just trying to find victory lane. That's another thing, is that all these Foster Series drivers, like Tatum Wright, for instance, you know, they still have charters. So, you know, this is going to make things a little interesting. Because remember, next season, we're not going to have any Foster Series drivers in trucks or in Buffalo Wild Wings or in Monster. So if anyone has announced any all-star plans for the Monster Energy and Trucks and Buffalo Wild Wings series, that's going out the window. There's Victor Gonzalez back here in 35th. I can definitely say this will definitely going to be the end of the line for Victor Gonzalez's championship hopes. He's running in 35th, so I can definitely say that will be all she wrote for Victor Gonzalez as far as him moving on to the next round, as it's looking like, unless something dramatic happens, Victor Gonzalez will be one of the 3 drivers who sadly will be eliminated from the playoffs, which is a tough break for him. So that means one of Cody Smart's drivers here in the Truck Series, as far as the playoffs are concerned, will definitely be one of the 3 that gets eliminated, the way it's looking. And by the way, with Riley Roglioli, the guy who's probably doing the happy dance right now, which is Tico Jumiaka, this could mean he would be the points leader going into the reformatted playoff points. Makar Amirmoez and Azar Amirmoez has been released from the care center. But remember, Azar Amirmoez still has that meeting with race control. Ari Springer, by the way, is not happy with Jimmy Baker. Ashley Horton's not doing her chances of getting herself out of the danger zone any favors by running in 30th. I see a number of playoff contenders back here not running well. Of course, we talked about Gonzalez, which he comes in this race in the danger zone. I think we can say he's going to be a driver that's getting eliminated. I see April Winters not running well in 31st. And that's not good for her, because here, let me see. Let's see. Granger is ahead of her. Where is Hugo? He's ahead of her. Uh-oh. The 00's ahead of April Winters. That's bad news for April Winters. Now, the driver she got to be worried about is Annie Crenshaw. And Annie Crenshaw is ahead of April Winters. Uh-oh. So that means we could end up losing the 38 in the playoffs. Oh boy. It's like Addison Jones had an unscheduled pit stop. She just came to the pit road. Oh, that would be disastrous for Cody. And then Gretchen Miller, who's more than likely going to get eliminated because she's running in 30th and came in this race in a must-win situation. Well, looking like that's going to be... Gretchen Miller's not the big surprise, same with Gonzalez. But April Winters is the big shocker of them all. Because if April Winters gets eliminated, that's bad. For a driver who had to wait to turn 18 years old... she could be eliminated. I see also some playoff contenders back here. Mandy Evans. Ooh, this is going to get close between those drivers. But I think Evans would be okay. April Winters, on the other hand, is not going to be okay. Oh, who's blown up? Ari Springer. Ari Springer's blown up. Well, as if her bad day just gotten worse. Oh, this could produce a safety car. This could produce a caution. And she's coming to a stop on the front stretch. Is that going to bring out a yellow? The answer is no. No is the answer. They got her off the track. She teleported to pit road, so Ari Springer's day is done. Boy, what a miserable day for her. And unfortunately, she will be the third driver out of this race, but it's a mechanical issue, so a piston has let go on the 34, and that concerns the Ford camp. This is gonna make Justin Hugo very nervous, seeing that his Ford teammate, which is Ari Springer, out of this race. That really concerns the Ford teams. And looks like Hattie Swore is having a bad run, but the good news for Hattie Swore is that she had 2 good runs prior to this race, so I can definitely say Hattie Swore should be okay as far as moving on to the next round is concerned, because she can definitely ill afford a bad finish today. However, I can't say the same for Gonzalez and Mueller. I think those two are going to get eliminated, and I think it's going to come down to a battle between... I think it's going to be between Ari Springer, April Winters and Annie Crenshaw on who would be the last driver to move on and who would be the last driver to get eliminated, as far as that's concerned, because I think that's what the battle is going to come down to. So we're down to under 100 to go here in this elimination race. Dania Voiles here at Nashville, Tennessee, or Nashville Superspeedway in Lebanon, Tennessee, just outside of downtown Nashville. Calling today's elimination race. In which it will determine who will be the 3 drivers that get eliminated. And looks like we've already confirmed 2 of them. And already 2 drivers have already been called to the big red truck for a discussion after this race. Hattie Swore right now running in 26. Came in this race as the points leader, but she can ill afford a bad finish. And Mandy Evans, who comes in this race second in points, well, she's not running better, but I think she could also ill afford a bad finish. But Annie Crenshaw, on the other hand, cannot ill afford a bad finish. And as things stand, the 3 drivers who came in this race in that danger zone would be the 3 drivers that get eliminated. Crenshaw, Gonzalez, and Mueller. Now, the catch is, if this driver, April Winters, DNFs, that changes the complexion of this battle of who's moving on and who's not. As Riley Roblier trying to take the lead from the 0-2. And you also have to think the 68 needs a good run to keep his charter for next season. You know, and I don't like to say... sorry to the drivers who get eliminated. I know it's hard for me to say sorry to the 3 drivers that get the 3 drivers when the checker flag waves. You know, I don't want to say sorry to the 3 drivers who got eliminated. But it's the nature of this series. You know, there's nothing you can do about it as far as from my perspective, you know. You know, like I said, it doesn't matter how you did in the regular season. What matters is that if you don't perform this into the playoffs. And I don't want some people to say, well, this playoff format is blah, 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 blah. No. There's a reason why, you know, I like this format, because you can get exposed. Because, like I said, it doesn't matter how you do in the regular season. If you don't perform this in the playoffs, you are not going to win a championship. And simple as that. Ashley Horton's going a lap down, so she's having a miserable season. What's really going to be crazy is that Matt Smith's already going to pass Greg Rutz after today. Greg Rutz only made 5 starts, which I think he's already hit his limit. There's Patrick Combs having another bad finish. I think what's going to get interesting is that if Pete Ramirez, who's running in 15th, if she still stays ahead of drivers like Granger, she's barely ahead of Granger, Samantha Granger, that is. And she's ahead of April Winters. I think what it's going to come down to is... I think what it's going to come down to is that should April Winters, Samantha Granger, Justin Hugo get involved in another incident, it really could make things a bit more interesting. And they're about to lap, guess who? Jessica Moore, who's going to be an annoying back marker. And she is holding up Tatum right. That's not going to make Tatum very happy. Neither is Riley Roublier, who's having a good run for himself. Rita Segrist's having a good run. Lauren Grubius really needed a good run today just to stay ahead of that danger zone so she can keep her charter for next season. Tatum's already going to drop out of the top 10 as a result. And Ashley Horton's in 35th, so Horton's not having a good run today, and that really starts to worry me. Here's the other thing it should be. The good news for Ashley Horton. Should the 46 team go to victory lane, the 46 team will keep their charter for next season. That could be Horton's only hope she's got left. She's got to hope Sarah Costello keeps her charter for next season. As we're approaching the midway point of this elimination race. Going to take off my earbuds so I can put my charger on, so I'm charging my phone. Making sure my phone's charging, and it is. Yeah, it needed to charge. Thanks so much for joining us here all day today. Oh, we had a spin. I saw smoke on the back straightaway. Where did that smoke come from? As my ears are cleared out. I'm going to check and see who... There was some smoke on the back straightaway. I don't know who it's from. Somebody left some smoke. Oh, I think we got our answer. Ah, shit, I went the wrong way. And it was Heather Gallant. What happened to her? Oh, she got turned by Jesse R. That would be why. Let's see. And indeed it was Jesse Art. Spun the Juicy Fruit Chevy Silverado around. But they saved it. And they keep it together. Nice save by Jesse, as we keep going. Yay, you can finally hear me. Just charging my phone, moving my shit out of the way, and all that, yeah. Ooh, Ashley Horton trying to... And Horton's not badly damaged, it's just... She's having a rough day, so... Of course, the three drivers out of the race are the Mirmoez sisters and Ari Springer. And Azara Mirmoez and Jessica Moore, have been called to the big red truck. Annie Crenshaw just came off pit road. Are we seeing pit stops, or has Crenshaw got a problem? This is pit stops. First time the entire day today we've had green flag pit stops. Right at the midway point of this race. Ooh, this is going to make fuel mileage really interesting. Boy. You thought fuel mileage was going to make things interesting. It's just going to make things interesting. Charlie Silver's coming to pit road. All these drivers need to make some adjustments. Of course, we'll have Ann Santiago racing next week. Or next race in 2 weeks at Kansas, which will be her second start of the year. And I know a lot of drivers who want to race in the as a non-charter, but it was not enough for them to make the playoffs. Even though they won a race this season, it was not enough for them to get in the top 30 in the points for that win to count towards a spot into the playoffs, though. So some drivers deciding to pit. Now comes the question. As we had 75 laps, these drivers can make... As far as fuel is concerned, we are right now already in that window. If this thing goes into a green flag run, if you get to like 100, 110 laps into this thing, you can make it the rest of the way, barring if there's a yellow. So, yeah. Glad to be off today. And Jimmy Baker and Anna Leonard are coming to pit road. So this is a scheduled pit stop these drivers are making. Sigrid and Hugo stays out. That's big for Hugo because he's a playoff contender, may I remind you. Rita Sigrid will be moving up to the Buffalo Wild Wings series by her choice. Looking forward to seeing how she will do next season, the only Finnish driver in the field. So we get up to the 88. And she's coming to pit road. There's a view of the... Yeah, that's the... This is a good camera angle we could use. Our booth is right up there. We get a nice little view of the action. Roots Little John just pitted. I put Shohei Alinsky in the lead of the race, and he's on pit road as he crosses the line. I believe he's the last driver to make a pit stop. Alinsky will go full-time here in the Truck Series next season. Lauren Grubius is running in second. I think some of these drivers who came to pit road around lap 75, we're on fresher tires, so this would be the top two. Now, if a yellow comes out, this would put them back within sequence of the leaders. As Jessica Moore is going to get lapped, nearly put Lauren Grubius to the wall. So there you go. There's Ruby White having a good run in her debut race. Jessica Moore out of everyone's way for right now. So right now, as it seems, it's looking like definitely the three drivers who came in this race in the danger zone would be the three drivers who get eliminated, unless something dramatic happens. All right, while this is going on, I'm going to go ahead and take a little commercial break. Because I'm going to go run up to Brahms and give me some barbecue from the market. And I will be right back. If trouble happens, we'll break in. You're watching the Coca-Cola Truck Series Elimination Race on the PCSRA Radio Network from Deerfield. right, I am back. It's like Riley Roblier is back to the lead. As we have a total of 35 laps of racing to go. Right now, nothing has changed other than Sean Art has gone a lap down. Same with Victor Gonzalez. Annie Crenshaw is 32nd. So a tough break for Annie Crenshaw, Victor Gonzalez. Addison Jones 2 laps down. Not sure what was wrong with her, but 22nd for Gretchen Mueller. I'm gonna go ahead and cook my lunch. Should have bought some eggs. Next door, I see it opening before I'm here. I thought we were under yellow, but I'm just seeing things. Looks like Tico Jumiaka just recently took the lead from Riley Roblier. If Tico wins again, he would have 2 wins and have a 10-point lead over the other 6 drivers in the reformatted playoff standings. Oh, caution. Caution's out here at at Nashville. I almost said Gateway. I don't know why I said that. And looks like leaders coming to pit road. Anybody involved? This is going to make things a bit interesting. Let's go to the pace truck. I think this is our 3rd caution of the day. Okay, there's the yellow. Oh, and it was Stephanie Driscoll and Anna Leonard the reason for this caution. And looks like Stephanie Driscoll, not paying any attention, pulled down in front of the Minute Maid Apple Juice Chevy of Anna Leonard. That's what brought the yellow out. And Driscoll just decided to run the 36 for no apparent reason. Not sure what that was all about. And this is a big break for those drivers who were off sequence with the leaders. They're going to pit. They're going to be back. They got their track position back, so that's going to be big. However, what it did do is shake up the complexion of this race. But that was a nice green flag run nevertheless. And the last person who wanted to see that caution was Tico Jumiaka, who had a 3-second lead. That's no more. We are gonna get the 1 to go signal. After this race, we will have our post-race show. As Tico Jumiaka won the battle up here. Nobody out of the race from that incident. Stephanie Driscoll's been called to the big red truck for not using her mirror. That's what the officials judged at. She was coming to pit road, just didn't realize the 36 was trying to pass her on the inside, and then the end result, the 12 got spun out, so that was on Stephanie Driscoll. So I guess her spotter was not paying any attention to see if there was another truck coming, and Driscoll will have to have that meeting with the officials in the big red truck after the race. 26 laps of racing to go. We're green again at Nashville. Addison Jones was on the tail end lead lap, but she was like, yeah, she was on the tail end lead lap, so she didn't beat the pace truck out and got put on the tail lead lap. Now she's 1 lap down. That really hurted her. As Tico currently leads. Question's going to be, where's the 19 in comparison to the 00? 00 is 20th. The 19 is 32nd. So we'll have to keep an eye on that battle there to see who would get the final transfer spot. As things stand, the 3 drivers who came in this race in the danger zone would be the 3 drivers that get eliminated. Lauren Grubius is trying to keep her charter for next season. I know Tico Jumiaka is going for trying to get more bonus points for the reformatted points. A couple of these drivers don't care about the playoffs. They're trying to find victory lane. Because you have 10 drivers battling for a championship. You got another 32 drivers who are trying to find victory lane for the first time this season who have not won yet. Like Riley Robley, like Lauren Grubius. Lunch is due. Get some bread, make some barbecue sandwiches. And I know I'm going to finish it. You know what? I'm going to get it. Just under 20 to go here at Nashville. Oops. 20 to go. Riley Roblier's back to the lead. Like I said, I talked about, early in the playoffs, 10 drivers battling for a championship. Got another 32 who are hungry for a win. And Riley Roblier's trying to make sure Tico Jumiaka doesn't get a 10-point advantage over everybody else when we enter Kansas in 2 weeks. See where the 15 is running in comparison to the 19. 26. 32nd. Yeah, I think Granger should be okay. It's pretty much looking likely the 3 drivers who came in this race in the danger zone would be the 3 drivers who will be sadly eliminated. So a tough break for those drivers, because right now nothing's going right for Annie Crenshaw, Victor Gonzalez, and Gretchen Mueller. Mueller's running 27. She's already ahead of Annie Crenshaw and Victor Gonzalez. The only problem is that the 25 came in this race in a must-win situation. Somebody was on the apron. Was that the 23 of Prescott? It was Prescott. What happened to her? Oh, oh, that's almost female abuse for Patrick Combs. That's twice he's committed female abuse, I think, today. Did that in the AutoZone Amateur Series race earlier today. How about Ruby White having a great run in 9th? Of course, we'll see her little sister later today, or later this weekend in Monster Energy in 2 days' time. Brittany White, who barely got into the next round of the playoffs. Jimmy Baker. This is not, and here's the thing about this. Jimmy Baker came in this race 25th in the points. Needs a win. Grubius wants it badly. But we got Jessica Moore who's going to really spoil this. This is probably the best run for Lauren Grubius this season, believe it or not. Moore gets by, going to hold up some drivers on the outside line. Stephanie Driscoll going to get in the way. Somebody was on pit road. I couldn't tell who it was. Oh, we got a crash. Riley Roblier in the wall. Caution. Caution is out. Riley Roblier having a great run. Patrick Combs was collected. Oh, that's a shame for Riley Roblier. Had a great race going. Was looking like he's going to win. Not anymore. Mechanical problem. Yeah, Patrick Combs ran the back. Oh, Tatum Wright got the wall. I don't know if that was an engine failure or not. That is not what Jimmy Baker and those drivers wanted to see. It's like yellow. Patrick Combs is now going to have damage. And because we'll be inside of 10 laps of racing to go, we'll have a single file restart to complete this race. Boy, I see Mandy Evans is up there, and she was second in points. So I think Mandy Evans has mighty guaranteed herself a spot into the round of 7. So this is good for her. The only thing I would be concerned about is would Hattie Swore be safe? That would be something I would be a little concerned about. As Riley Roblier will be off the lead lap. That's a tough break for him. Had a great truck going. I believe he would be on the board for a possible you blew it. I'll have to get a confirmation on that. Green flag. We're back to racing at Nashville. This will be the last restart, hopefully. Carla Sinan in the 49. She's just trying to find victory lane. She's not scored a top 5 this season. She's already underneath Shohei Alinsky for 3rd and looking underneath Grubius for 2nd. And Jimmy Baker came in this race 25th in the points, has not been to victory lane. 2 top 5, 6 top 10s this season. An okay rookie season, but no wins to show for it. Carla Sinat, 3 top 10s, no top 5s. This is something for her. She needs to win this race as far as some momentum going in the Fosters next season. And she's also in the Buffalo Wild Wings Series title tomorrow. 6 to go. Shohei Alinsky is looking for Indiana Motorsports' his first win of the season in the Truck Series. Jimmy Baker's trying to get a win. Tico Jumiaka, he's already into the next round. He's trying to get more points for the reformatted points. Next caution that comes out with 4 to go, that will end the race. Jumiaka back to the lead. He's already locked in the next round, but another 5 playoff points could really help him if he has problems at Kansas in 2 weeks. Alinsky back to the lead. 3 to go. You can see Zachary Taylor telling Shohei, come on, my brother, win this race. Carlos Sanat trying to get a win. Matt Smith, one of Taylor's drivers, he's trying to get his first win of his season. Anna Leonard trying to get DVR their second win of the year and her first of the season. Where did that 36 come from? Last time we saw the 36, she spun the 12 of Driscoll, but to be fair, was not Leonard's fault. It was Driscoll just made a dumb decision. 2 to go. A crazy, enjoyable elimination race at Nashville comes down to this. Anna Leonard to the lead. It's a DVR 1-2. White flag. 1 more lap to go. Ashton Ingersoll's trying to keep his charter for next season. Down the back straightaway they go for the last time. At the 68-58 start battling, that might be all she wrote. No, they won't. Anna Leonard gets DVR their second win of the season and her first win at Nashville. First win of the season for Anna Leonard, second for the DVR club. What a great comeback for Anna Leonard. Returns to DVR for the first time this season and gets herself a win. And she will have a charter for next season. Since that was one of the championship charters Cody Smart sold to that 36 team, that was a great decision. What a race. One moment was a DVR 1-2. Ashton Ingersoll so close, but a well-needed run for a driver who came this race 29th in the points. The last person who wanted to see that was Rita Seagrid. Mandy Evans, highest playoff contender, finished 3rd. She is in the next round. Shohei Alinsky, 4th. Great run for him. So is Lauren Grubias. That's 2 of the DVR trucks in the top 5. Grubias needed a good result to stay away from the danger zone. She has done so. And now with the possible penalties of some drivers who struggled, did Lauren Grubias possibly have a chance to get into the Buffalo Wild Wings for next season? Samantha Granger, 6th. She's off to the next round. Chloe Carmichael, 7th. Jimmy Baker, 8th. Annika Ritchie, 9th. Carla Sanat, 10th. A couple of drivers who really needed good runs after having an abysmal season. definitely good job to those 3 drivers. Really struggling in points. They definitely got some good results here today. Let's see, we have 2 playoff contenders inside the top 10. Evans and Granger, Samantha Granger, that is. Where are the remaining 8? Tico Jumiaka, didn't matter what happened today. He finished 12th. He's off to the next round. He definitely will be a bit disappointed with that result. But as I said, you know, came in worry-free. Didn't have to worry about moving on to the next round, trying to get a win and all that. So Jumiaka will be the points leader going in the reformat points. April Winters 13th. Hugo 14th. Gretchen Mueller 15th. Pete Ramirez 16th. Ooh, this could get interesting. Hattie Swarth 23rd. Annie Crenshaw 28th. Victor Gonzalez 30th. I think that is it for Victor Gonzalez's championship hopes. Lucy Granger finished 34th. Not sure what happened to her unless she came down for an unscheduled pit stop. But I think that's it. 4 drivers out of the race. Heather Gallant, Ari Springer, Azara Mirmoez, who still has that meeting with race control, and Makara Mirmoez out of the race. Oh boy, this is really going to be interesting. I do not know. I know one thing I can confirm. I think Victor Gonzalez and Annie Crenshaw, because of how many drivers finished ahead of one another, I think those 2 have been eliminated. But I do not know who would be that 3rd driver that joined them to be eliminated. We're about to find out right now. But I don't know. And I mean, Mueller did finish ahead of Pete Ramirez, but I don't think it was enough. So we're about to do some calculations. Here we go for the point standings. We will confirm it right here, right now, boys and girls. But Anna Leonard, great job to her in her return to the Truck Series. And she snagged a win. So that means after the first round, only Tico Jumiaka was the only driver in the playoffs who got a win and has moved on. But the question is, who is moving on to the next round? Who has been eliminated? And we're about to find out right now after 6 cautions here at the Nashville Super Speedway. Here we go. This is the moment you've all been waiting for. I will basically already know who's moving on and who's not. I already know 2 drivers I know for certain, according to my results, will not move on to the next round. That would be Crenshaw and Gonzalez, where they finish. But Score 4 can tell me otherwise, because I'm always going to be 100% wrong. I will add, I need to add Addison Jones and, okay, that's Reese's. I want Truck Series. Addison Jones, and who was the other rookie driver that raced? It was Addison Jones. I'll have to look at the grid. Ruby White. Okay, that was the other driver. Man, oh man. That was a fun Truck Series race. All right, here we go. Let's do it. All right, because remember, you will not see the reformatted points until the pre-race show next week at Kansas in 2 weeks. And as I expected, there's a points heading into Kansas in 3 weeks, and looks like, despite that top 15 run for Gretchen Mueller, it was not enough. So the 3 drivers who came into this race in the danger zone are the 3 drivers who sadly have been eliminated. That's Gretchen Mueller, Annie Crenshaw, and Victor Gonzalez. So those 3 will try to finish out the season with a trip to victory lane. For the remaining 7, Evans, Swore, Jumiaka, Granger, Winters, April Winters, Justin, Hugo, and Pete Ramirez, the fight for them continues on. As far as the playoffs, Sarah Costello still leads the Rookie of the Year points over Samantha Granger. And entering Kansas, the danger zone drivers for drivers that will lose their charters are Charlie Silver, Patrick Combs, Billy Kitchen, Ashley Horton, and Makara Amirmoez. So, a couple of weeks ago, Makara was in the safe zone as far as that was concerned. Unfortunately, she's now going to have to get in recovery mode to get out of the danger zone and keep her charter for next season. But that is going to do it from here at Nashville. So congratulations to Anna Littard on the win. Congratulations to the 7 drivers, Swore, Evans, Jumiaka, Granger, April Winters, Justin Hugo, and Pete Ramirez for moving on to the next round. I'm sorry to Gretchen Mueller, Annie Crenshaw, and Victor Gonzalez, who have been eliminated from the championship hunt. And, yeah, so that will do it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's race from Nashville. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We've shown you your full finish results. We have shown you your rookie points and overall points. You will see the reformatted points in our pre-race show next time out in 2 weeks from Kansas Speedway. Next week, it's only Monster Energy Series as they're heading to Arizona Speedway. We have to finish up this race weekend with the running of the Tennessee Lottery 250, our first elimination race for the Buffalo Wild Wings Series, in which 4 drivers will be eliminated from the championship. And then we will start our first race of the second round for the Monster Energy Series, before we head off to Arizona for Monster Energy Racing. Until then, I've been Daniel signing off, and you've been watching yet another broadcast courtesy of the PCSRA, the best center racing around the world since 2017. The chase to the Coca-Cola Truck Series title continues to Kansas.